At this point in our journey, it's not something big that's keeping you from greatness. It's a little thing. Not a rope or a chain, but a thread. A tiny thread that's holding you back. And I'm going to tell you why that is right now. Hey, I'm author Michael Ramsey, and this is Michael Ramsey Books, where I show people how to transform their ordinary relationship with God into a spiritual one. If you haven't already subscribed on YouTube, be sure to hit the red subscribe button and ring the notification bell now. Matthew 1:5. Solomon, the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz, the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. Obed, the father of Jesse. And Jesse, the father of King David. Beginning with King David, in the house of David, there were 40 kings of Israel. 33 of them were less than righteous, many of them downright evil. Only 7 of them walked in the way of the Lord. King David, Solomon, Asa, Jehoshaphat, Jotham, Hezekiah, and Josiah. Out of the 7 righteous kings, only 1 of them was granted the title of king in subsequent passages. But why? Why is King David the only king who's given the title of king in subsequent books? And by the way, this is yet another subtlety we find across numerous books of the Bible. Books written by numerous writers hundreds of years apart that is indicative of the signature of the true author who wrote his word through his servants. 1 Kings 15:11. Asa did what was right in the sight of the Lord, like David his father. He also put away the male cult prostitutes from the land and removed all idols which his fathers had made. He also removed Maacah, his mother, from being queen mother because she had made a horrid image as an Astaroth. And Asa cut down the horrid image and burned it in the brook of Kidron. But he didn't remove anything in the high places. You see, it was one thing, one little thing, one thing that was far away, way out in the high places. It wasn't obvious to anyone, but it was to the Lord. It was this one little thing that separated Asa from King David. It's the same for us. Oftentimes, it is a little sin in our life. Nothing major, nothing anyone sees or knows about except the Lord. It is the one occasional indulgence. It is the one little thing you can't let go of. It is the one thing that separates you from greatness. But how easy would it have been for Asa or the other kings to destroy the sin way out in the distant high places? He could have given an order, but instead he ignored it. He didn't think it would matter. It wasn't a big deal to him. In your mind's eye, the last little thread of sin in this world that you relish oftentimes seems to be the hardest thing to give up. But is it really? And is it worth it? Are you willing to trade your crown of glory for it? I think you'll find it's not only worth it in the next world, but the one here and now. When you commit all things to Him, amazing things, supernatural spiritual blessings begin to occur in your life. You pass from the spiritual desert into the abundant life, the promised land, the kingdom of God. My book, The Spiritual Journey, Volume 1, The Desert, will be out soon. The desert experience of Christians coincides with the desert experience of the children of Israel. By studying Israel, which I call God's magnifying glass, it's easier to see God's plan for our lives and understand why certain unexplainable things happen to us. Things that seemingly make no sense will come into focus. Also, when is the last time you read a good thriller, one with a Christian-based theme? My first novel, The Exchange, will also be coming out soon. You'll never in 1,000 years guess how this story ends. Next time, next step. Again, if you haven't already subscribed on YouTube, be sure and do so now. That way you don't miss a single video. Can't wait until next time. Like me on Facebook and visit me at michaelramseybooks.com.